Hey everybody, so I'm Madison Latham, and for my teaching tool I was in a kindergarten class, and when my teacher approached me about actually teaching my own kind of like a mini lesson, I was like, that'll be great because I can use that for my teaching tool. So it really came in handy. But my standard, I was in kindergarten, like I said, and it was LS1-2, and which is to recognize the difference between living organisms and non-living materials and sort them into groups by observable physical attributes. So I started off my mini lesson, my teaching tool, with a video that I'm going to show you all.
Let's learn the difference between living and non-living things. How do we know if something is living? Living things can move, grow, breathe, reproduce, and require nutrients like food and water. Let's look at an example of a living thing. Does a bear move? Yes. Does a bear grow? Yes. Does a bear need nutrients like food and water? Yes. Does a bear breathe? Yes. Does a bear reproduce? Yes. So is a bear living or non-living? That's right. It's living. So how do we know if something is non-living? Non-living things can't move. Non-living things don't grow. Non-living things don't need nutrients. Non-living things don't breathe. Non-living things don't reproduce. Let's look at an example of a non-living thing. Does a microphone move? No. Does a microphone grow? No. Does a microphone need nutrients? No. Does a microphone breathe? No. Does a microphone reproduce? No. So is a microphone living or non-living? That's right. It's non-living. Let's try some more examples together. How about a flower? Does a flower move? Yes. Does a flower grow? Yes. Does a flower need nutrients? Yes. Does a flower breathe or need oxygen? Yes. Does a flower reproduce? Yes. So is a flower living or non-living? That's right. It's living. Does a table move? No. Does a table grow? No. Does a table need nutrients? No. Does a table breathe? No. Does a table reproduce? No. So is a table living or non-living? That's right. It's non-living. Let's try one more together. How about you? Can you move? Yes. Do you grow? Yes. Do you need nutrients like food and water? Yes. Do you breathe? Yes. As humans, are we able to reproduce? Yes. So are you living or non-living? That's right. You're living. Awesome job.
Okay, so I pretty much just use that video as a great way to like start off the lesson and kind of get them more engaged in what I was going to be going over, and the students responded really well to it. They really enjoyed it, and by the end of it, they were saying, no, that's not living, and they were, answering the question. So it was a great way to start the teaching tool. The next thing that I did is I actually read a story that my teacher provided for me. And I didn't get to bring that home, but it was just a little book, and it went over like more into detail about living and non-living things, and as I went through the story, I would have the students, okay, like, well, let's raise our hands. Who thinks this is living or who thinks this is non-living? And so it was a great way for us to put it into reading in that way that, you know, we could read the story, but also be learning like the science aspect of living and non-living objects. So my class activity that I did, I wrote non-living on one side of the board, and then I wrote living on the other. And each student got to come up, and of course, like, I cut these out. And and we were able to tape them onto the board. But I cut all of these out, and I have even more over here. But I cut all of these out and had each one of my students come up to the front of the room. And so I would ask them, you know, okay, is a snail living or non-living? And so, of course, they would stand there and look at me, and some of them would know the question, like, know the answer immediately, be like, oh, of course, that's living. Like, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the board. And so that was really great. And some of them had trouble, and so we would ask our classmates for help. And but overall, it was a really great activity. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun. It was super interactive. Almost towards the end of the lesson, though, a lot of the students were like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Or, oh, I'm going to sit over here and talk to, you know, my friends and my neighbors. And so by the end of it, they were really like losing focus. So maybe next time I probably wouldn't do as many of these. Like, I have 4 pages of these. And so maybe knocking that down to half and then maybe moving on to another activity would have been maybe a better option. But overall, I really enjoyed my teaching tool, my mini lesson, if you want to say, and thought it was super fun, and it was very informative for the students. And yeah, so thanks, guys.